you can go to see who
Do
did it.
you know if they have surveillance anywhere?
We actually pay to have a security person driving around, and I've seen the security person several times when I leave for work in the morning. And so that is the security for our.
But you don't know if there's any video.
I
anywhere.
don't know if there is. I don't think so, but there could be.
And the best cameras are hidden cameras.
Absolutely.
You know, that if you want to catch somebody doing what they're doing, you're not going to do the worst thing in the world right in front of a camera.
Right.
But if you see that there's no camera, so I would go to the office and say, hey, somebody left this.
So if this was you, Curtis, and you went to the office and there's nothing they could do because they didn't have any security cameras or anything like that, what would you do then?
I would just watch my back, try to be nicer to people. Maybe if I got 4 Bibles on a little Bible walk, I would give them to people. Maybe knock on all the doors and say, hey, I got this note. If the office, say to the office, will one of you come with me? I want to find out who left this. Like, don't go by yourself because we don't want to get stabbed. But you say, someone please come with me. Knock on every door. Hey, did you do this? And do it around dinner time so you know people are there. It is creepy.
It's creepy.
Because you need to find out why you're watching your back.
Right.
It'd
be one thing if you knew, like he said, did you cut somebody off or did you make somebody mad? It'd be one thing if you were like, yeah, yesterday we did blank.
Yeah.
Right. And you had a feeling what it was. But since you have no clue what it is.
Yeah, I'm oblivious right now.
Right.
You've angered someone, but you don't know what you did to make them angry. That sounds like marriage right there. I mean, that's like husband and wife time. She's mad.
You're oblivious.
You have no idea why she's mad.
You're like a puppy.
What can you do? So you said there are 24 apartments in your building?
Mm-hmm. Well, there are 12, so I'm assuming there's probably about 24 people that live in the building.
So 12 apartments.
12 units.
It wasn't yours. Your downstairs neighbor already has shown that they will just go to the office, so it's probably not them.
Right.
So it's one of 10 other units. I would just knock on the doors today. Hey, did I do something to offend you?
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that.
And I wouldn't accuse them of wiping it on your car because that could be completely unrelated. It's probably not, but it could be. There's a chance that it could be unrelated. Hey, I found this note on and have the office person with you. Hey, I found this note on my door. Did I do something to offend you?
So you haven't had a chance to talk to Mike yet, right?
I called him about 6 times on my way to work until I woke him up to tell him what had happened.
Okay.
And he right away was just like, well, call the office when you're done with work. That was all he really could say. I mean, obviously, I had just woken him up, so there really wasn't.
Right. Does he work today?
He does, yes.
Okay, because he could go maybe around right now.
Because you left the note on the counter, so he's got the note, right?
Yeah, he has it. It's in our apartment.
Most of the 10 people would probably be home now. He could go and knock on all the doors right now and see what the deal is.
Let's grab a phone. Connie and Curtis, who's this?
Hi, this is Teresa.
Hi,
Hey,
Teresa. What did you want to say?
How are you guys?
We're good. How are you?
Good. I'm good.
Good.
Amanda, did you take pictures of your car before you washed it off?
I tried to, but it's so dark in our parking lot that they didn't really turn out.
Because I would almost call the police. If you didn't do anything to anybody and you have no idea what it would be, I would be paranoid as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
and I am.
too. I would be
I
too.
would call the police as well as go to the office because you don't know what this person could be doing if you have no clue what you've done.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they could
People
probably
are
get.
vindictive nowadays.
People are crazy.
Yes.
Yeah,
They are.
But the police aren't going to do
Yeah.
anything about somebody wiping butter on your car. You
But
know?
a threatening note.
It can ruin the paint on your car. Are you kidding? If she got pictures and she found out who did it, she can take them to small claims court and get a judgment against them if it does something to the paint on the car.
That's true, but she then has to find out who did it. And like the police aren't going to help her find out who did it.
Well,
yeah, they can if they put a detective on it if it gets bad enough.
And it documents that this has happened. So if
Right.
something happens, if something does happen to your
Right.
back,
I mean,
then it's
Could it
documented.
be syrup? Was it syrup?
I don't know what it was. I didn't really want to touch it too much because I didn't know what it was.
But
you
it
know?
didn't
If it was
smell.
brown and sticky.
Yeah,
that's
it didn't
syrup.
really have much of an odor, but if it had been sitting on my car, let's say for 8 hours, maybe
When was the last time you were in your car last night?
I got out of my car at around 2 in the afternoon when I got home from
okay,
work.
so it was like 13 hours.
And nobody
Right.
was there. Did Mike, so when you were telling Mike, did he say, oh, yeah, I, flipped somebody off walking
But
in?
why would they do it to Amanda's car, not Mike's car?
That's true. What time did Mike get home last
Mike
night?
got home at around 4.
In the afternoon. So he
Okay.
didn't notice anything with your
No,
car.
he didn't.
And he didn't
Okay.
come in and say something like, it sounds like an overnight prank. I almost think that they're unrelated. Like this is something where just some
if it's a prank, you wouldn't go to the police for it?
See, I wouldn't. No, I would go to the office first. I would leave the police out, but
I
maybe
would
that's
definitely
just
go
me.
to the office,
Yeah.
but I would see what they say too, because obviously you're not the first person that has had this done in the history of that
Right.
apartment complex.
Right.
You know,
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt anything to go to the police. I just don't.
No, because then you're documenting it also if you have to go to court.
right? You need to
And then
document
you've
things.
you've got to document saying, yes, I called the police. This is what they said, and this is what they told me to do.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt anything, Amanda.
No.
Teresa's right.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have the pictures, because you can't just call and say, "Oh yeah, there's some brown sticky stuff on my car this
No, but
morning."
you have the note that says you better watch your back.
Right.
Yeah, you need to call them
Right.
and document it. I agree,
And if
Teresa.
if you do have those pictures, still save them because they might be able to
Enhance
Do
blown
it.
up or
something, yeah.
something and enhance it.
Enhance them. CSI Grand
Well,
Rapids.
you just
yeah.
got to be careful, Teresa. You're right.
No, you are right. I guess in my brain, I assume these two
Thanks,
things
Teresa.
are unrelated. You got the one person, you better watch your back, and you got maybe some kids putting some syrup on a car. And
Coincidence that they happen on the same
Yeah.
day.
That's just what I hope. And the fact that
see.
you have no idea why someone would tell you to be watching your back, that is what it blows me away. Like I have no idea why somebody would just pick you then.
But you
to
even
put
just
this note
said,
on.
though, that in a marriage, the person you know better than anybody on the face of the earth, sometimes you have no idea why she's even mad.
Right. Oh, that's true.
So who knows what
She
it
may
could-
have done
you know?
something. Maybe you took the dog out. Maybe the dog was barking.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on late at night?
Jake, good morning.
Hey, morning, Connie.
Morning.
Jake,
what did you
what's
want to
up?
say?
Hey, I'm just hearing your conversation with Amanda here about this note and
Yeah.
had some advice that I might be able to give you.
Okay, awesome.
Did you say that note was handwritten?
It was, yes.
Okay, and I think this is an apartment complex of some kind.
Yep.
You probably signed a lot of documents when you went to
Yes.
That's true,
apartment?
yeah.
the office is going to keep those records. You could always
Yes.
take that note into the office, see if they can do a handwriting comparison,
Love
if
it.
anybody's qualified to do it, or even, I mean, there's some unique handwriting styles that they could at least maybe pinpoint who the person is that did it. If they had to have a key to get into your unit,
Right.
and you might be able to isolate who your problem person is, and
That's
at
another
least-
very
at least
CSI
know who's
idea.
doing it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
So take the note to the office when you get home today and say, hey, somebody left this on my door. Also, my car was vandalized, and I don't know what happened. And if they go, oh, well, we don't know what to do, say, A, I want you to come with me, and I'm going to knock on these doors. And B, I want you to go through all the contracts and see if it matches somebody's handwriting. And we'll see
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a great
I
idea.
agree too with the steps in this process. Like, I think your first step is to go to the office and confront them about it.
Yep.
Say, hey, is there anything else you can do? Next step, go to the law. Go to law enforcement. Say, here's what happened. Here's the steps I've taken. You're documenting that whole case all the way
Right.
through. Because if you do have a further issue, you want to make sure you got your tracks covered and you can cover yourself for future endeavors.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And this is the apartment complex's problem right now. This isn't Amanda's problem.
Right.
This
Oh,
is
right, absolutely.
This is their
Absolutely.
problem. And if they give you, that's when you go to the police. If they are unresponsive or unwilling to help,
Yeah.
you
And
know.
they can only help probably so far.
Totally.
They can only do so much.
Yeah,
so,
but if somebody's
thanks, Jake.
if somebody's there at 5:30 who can go door to door with her and just say, "Hey,
she may not feel comfortable
I got
going
this
door to
note.
door.
Well, maybe just have the office do it. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they go and say somebody left this on one of our apartments.
And do you actually think the person's going to go, yeah,
If-
I'm annoyed with her?
Yes, if you're mad,
Really?
you want people to. If you're so mad that you just vandalized somebody's car,
If you're so mad that you're such a coward, you leave a note and don't knock in the first place,
maybe
you're
they,
not going to say,
maybe they did knock.
yeah, I can't stand her. She did this.
maybe
or
they
he did
maybe
this.
they did knock. We don't know.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
Hi, what'd you want to say?
I just have some experience with vandalism and whatnot,
Okay.
and I think a lesson I learned from that is you do need to get the police involved because it creates a paper trail
Okay.
so that if more happens later down the road, there's more to play off of if they do catch the person in action or whatever. So not necessarily to find the person, but if
Right.
it happens later, then they have a paper trail that they've been bothering her for this long.
Okay.
Starting with this incident.
It's a second offense. It's not just a random attack here. The person
Yeah.
has been targeting Amanda.
We used to get our garage door egged, and then one time they broke a window, and
Oh.
it's just, we didn't call the police, and after about the third time we did, and then they were like, well, why didn't you call us in the first place? So it's
I think it's important not only to get the office involved, but just law enforcement, just to get that paper trail going.
Right.
Okay. Well, we that makes a great point right there. So office, cops, get
Thanks,
everybody
Nicole.
involved right away, just so that there's a trail of what's going on. So you got a note, Amanda, on your door. Watch your back. You walk out. Your car's been vandalized. I'm hoping that they're unrelated.
Yeah,
You
no
know, I'm
kidding.
thinking maybe like
be a big coincidence that it happened on the same night if they aren't related.
maybe some high school kids joking around in the parking lot, and maybe you offended somebody with a barking dog, or you cooked some dinner that stunk, and somebody wants you to like shape up in the apartment complex.
Hopefully, it's just kids who don't even know you.
Right.
And
That would
they
be-
are
yeah.
just trying to be like, the ding dong ditching you were talking about yesterday.
like
Curtis.
Justin Bieber,
Being
you know?
kids.
Like, hey, I'm just going to egg a house. I'm just laughing
Right.
around. Let's put this note on this apartment door.
Georgia.
Good morning.
Good morning, Georgia.
What do
How's
you
Georgia
think?
today?
Fantastic.
Good. What's your opinion about all this?
Well, I was just wondering if Amanda may have upset someone outside of the apartment community that knows where she lives at.
If she what?
If she upsets someone outside
Oh.
who knows where she lives.
Yes. Could it be someone that maybe she might have hurt their feelings, or outside of the apartment community that she lives in, but still knows where she lives at?
Anything, Amanda?
I don't know. I feel like it'd be pretty hard. I don't remember an instance where I might have upset someone else, but it's also very hard to get into our building and then on top
Right.
of that know which unit I live in.
Right. That's
Because you
true.
have to have a key to get into our building and then another key to get into our apartment.
What if it's
Right.
just random? Like the note placement is random. Like because they would have to know your car. Like, do you know all of the cars? Like what your neighbors are driving car wise?
We have a pretty good idea of who drives what, but we're not
Okay.
I mean, I would probably be able to guess about 70%.
Okay,
Right.
so this could be somebody who's seen you living there for 2 years. And
It could be nothing. I mean, that's the thing.
Right.
It could
it
be
could
nothing.
Could be some kid who
But it
popped
could be
the note
something.
up who
Right.
doesn't know anything that's going on.
Thanks, Georgia.
Could be one of the churches who you took the Bible from yesterday, sent somebody, or God, saying, hey, you took those Bibles, you didn't really need them, and now you've got locusts.
Locusts.
Well, syrup.
Hey, is this Merritt?
This is Merritt.
Hi, Merritt.
Hey.
Hi. What do you want to say?
Well, here's an idea for Amanda.
Okay.
She needs to preserve the note. Another CSI idea.
Yeah.
Put it in a Ziploc baggie.
Mm-hmm.
Put the note in a Ziploc baggie in case this continues. She has it preserved. Yes, her fingerprints will be on it. Yes, Mike's fingerprints will probably be on it.
Right?
But if she does end up having to go to the police, which she really should, at least call them, alert them that this is happening, get their advice, as well as go to the office, but preserve the note. That way,
Here's
if
my
they are in the system,
If they do have fingerprints, they'll
Yeah.
be on there.
Yeah.
here's my concern. Mike is such a clean freak. That note's already been recycled.
Oh, no.
No, I told him not to throw it away when we
Yeah.
talked, and he knows that.
That note was on the counter. He woke up and said, "Wow, Amanda, you never throw anything away," and he sent it down to the recycling center.
That'd be horrible.
That's how I picture it.
Mike! Oh.
Amanda, you are such a slob all the time. Oh, I have to clean up after you every day. He throws the note away.
The good news is she talked to him this morning, so
Okay.
he knows.
Yeah, he
but
knows.
woke him up out of a deep sleep.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't do
I mean,
that.
what do you remember from
Yeah,
a deep sleep?
thanks,
Wake
Merritt.
up. Oh, okay, yeah. And then he's like, ugh, this note. What is it with watch my back? I'm not one. And then he thinks you left it.
No.
And then it's a big fight.
So
Oh.
Amanda walked out of her apartment this morning, and there was a note on the door that said, watch your back. And what was on the other side of this note?
The other side of this note was a memo, like from the apartment building, that they had just remulched and put new plants in. So they were asking tenants and tenants' pets to like not be traipsing around in the new mulch.
Oh, time out. Was Emmy in the mulch
No,
yesterday?
she was not in the mulch.
Come on.
She was not in the mulch. Why would she go in the mulch?
Because dogs love mulch. They want to eat it. They want to be in it.
But how would that anger, like somebody who works in the building would not put that out there. Like, why would that anger another one of the tenants?
Because-
even if Emmy was.
I feel like that's just the piece of paper that they use.
Well, because this dog has no rules. This dog runs around, is like running the place.
This
is
dog
pooping
has
everywhere.
rules.
Constantly going on walks, yipping and barking.
No,
and
she
all
doesn't
the time.
bark hardly ever.
And then she's rolling around in the mulch and
Nope.
she's destroying the plants.
Nope.
I could see maybe these two things are connected.
Hold on, Katie's on the phone. Hi, Katie.
Good morning.
Morning, Katie. What do you have to say?
Well, I just want wanted to let Amanda know that in this type of situation, although I really hope it's a prank, you do want to file a police report because the apartment complex, while you should also definitely let them know, they may have limited ability to help in the situation.
Yep.
And so I think you need to start that paper trail with the police, and that way, if any sort of harassment continues, it's on record, and then the apartment complex then has a legal way of evicting a resident if in fact it was coming from one of your neighbors.
Yeah, because that is harassment. I mean, if it turns out that this note was left out of anger or of something, you can't just say watch your back to somebody.
No.
Right.
No, definitely.
So, yeah, I mean, I think we all agree. The office, you go, and I'm starting to come around to you start the paper trail with the police. You know, you get it going, Amanda.
Thanks, Katie. Are you going to?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good idea. If anything else happens, at least it's somewhere out there that they know.
Grace is on the phone. Hi, Grace.
Hi.
Hi.
I didn't hear the story from the beginning, and I'm not sure if anybody brought up this point, but if that's a handwritten note, that means they had to touch it at some point. If they didn't use gloves or fingerprints.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, putting the note in a Ziploc baggie and preserving it just in case they're in the system.
And dusting it.
Isn't it sad that we all have to be so careful and afraid, really? But you do.
Yeah, well,
you do.
How scary
is
that?
These days, you do.
You walk out of your apartment, and on
Thanks,
the door
Grace.
is a watch your back handwritten
No kidding.
note.
That's
Freaked me
creepy.
out.
And then you go out to your car, and it's covered in some sort of goo, and you're like, oh, thank goodness it's not poop, but this is still bad.
On top of the note, those two things together, that's creepy.
If it had been poop, I would have thought it was an attack on the dog. You know, like the dog was in the mulch, somebody saw it, or the dog pooped off the balcony again.
Did
and
it
then they're
wash
smearing
off?
it.
Did it wash off easily in the car wash?
It seemed to. When I came out of the car wash, my car didn't seem to have any more of it on there.
Okay, that's why you couldn't smell anything, so that leaves like syrup and poop out.
Right.
But I was thinking like maybe even butter.
New show name, Syrup and Poop. Which one do you want to be?
Oh, man. Okay, so.
I'll be Syrup.
Yeah, Amanda's going to have a busy day today. She's leaving you're leaving now, right?
Yeah, pretty much,
Like
yep.
1 minute.
She's going to Tim Hortons on Fulton for camp day. I've heard that police hang out there. Maybe you could talk to them while you're there and see what their opinion is.
Yes, I will.
They're
if
all
any of them
mad
are
at
there.
her.
They're mad at her from last year
They
when
won't
she was out for
remember me.
camp day. Okay, and she's going to have Connie and Curtis shirts too. So if you want to stop by and see her, maybe give her your opinion, you can do that.
Absolutely.
7:31.
Want to be part of the show?
Call the Horrocks Market studio line at 7708-957. Horrocks Market, your happy place for quality at a great price.
Connie and Curtis.
On channel 95.7.
Hi, I'm Lee Hightow, owner of Modernistic. For me, it's always been about making people happy, whether we're cleaning carpets or helping out after a flood emergency. At the end of the day, it's about the relationships we've built with our customers. I've passed this philosophy on to my children and to our entire team. It's about doing the right thing for people we serve and taking care of their homes and businesses as if they were our own.
Modernistic Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. Schedule online at modernistic.com.
Modernistic, simple and quick. We'll clean your carpet and upholstery. Modernistic, simple and quick. We're the first with experience and quality.
Looking for experts to professionally clean your carpet and upholstery and leave your home fresh and clean? Look no further. Call Modernistic today at 800-627-5080 or schedule online at modernistic.com.
Hey, it's Connie and Curtis, and we are so excited to be partnered up with my favorite place in the whole state of Michigan, Mackinac Island.
Yeah, and this time we're including one of my favorite things, food.
Yeah, not just any food, Curtis. Superior Foods.
Yeah, Superior Foods has just put an incredible product in your favorite grocery store. Simply Superior Mackinac Island inspired smoked whitefish spread. I already got a chance to try this stuff. It's incredible.
And now you can try it too. Look for the Mackinac Island label in your grocery store today. Simply Superior Mackinac Island inspired smoked whitefish spread.
And you can go to islandspread.com to register to win trips to Mackinac Island and learn more about the awesome spread.
All right, islandspread.com. Go there today. Pick up the Simply Superior Mackinac Island inspired smoked whitefish spread at the market.
Go to islandspread.com for details and pick up Simply Superior Mackinac Island inspired smoked whitefish spread at your local retailer.
Open doors mean new opportunities. Contact a Keller Williams Rivertown agent and let them be the key to selling your home. Inventory is low and demand is high, so get the most out of your home. Let a Keller Williams Rivertown realtor give you a free home market analysis. Call today to speak to one of their agents, 616-288-3244, or visit their office off of 44th and Canal in Granville. Selling your home can be one of the biggest moments of your life. Talk to one of their expert agents and get the most out of your home. Keller Williams Rivertown, 616-288-3244.
Remember the good old days of watching a movie at the drive-in theater under the stars? Well, the historic Getty Ford Drive-In is open for the summer. The Getty has a full concession stand, 4 huge outdoor screens, and spectacular digital projection. Bring your friends and your family all summer long out to the Getty Ford Drive-In. Always a good time, showing lots of different movies all summer long. Visit celebrationcinema.com for movie titles.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
It takes a lot of courage to face your own death, but I'm glad I finally did. See, I was putting off getting life insurance to protect my family, even though I knew it was important. Then my neighbor's husband died. I watched her struggle emotionally and financially. It really made me face reality. If my husband died, how would I pay the mortgage, the car payments, or keep up the life the kids and I had? I realized I needed to get us life insurance right away. So I called AIG Direct. In less than 5 minutes, I had a quote. I was shocked at how affordable it is. Just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. I feel so much better knowing my family has protection.
Call AIG Direct right now for a free no-obligation quote. The call takes less than 5 minutes, and you can save up to 70%. Call now. 1-800-881-4982. That's 1-800-881-4982. 1-800-881-4982.
The historic Getty Ford Drive-In is open for the summer. The Getty has a full concession stand, 4 huge outdoor screens, and spectacular digital projection. Visit celebrationcinema.com for movie titles.
Channel 95.7 West Michigan traffic.
Good morning, Amanda here. As of right now, things looking good out there. There's no accidents to report. Traffic is brought to you by the historic Getty Ford Drive-In in Muskegon. If you see anything else out there, please give me a call. 778-95.7.
Connie and Curtis.
Connie and Curtis.
On 95.7.
Said all I want from you is to see you tomorrow. And every tomorrow, maybe you're letting me borrow your heart. And is it too much to ask for every Sunday? And while we're at it, throwing every other day to start. I know people make promises all the time, then they turn right around and break them. And someone cut your heart open with a knife, now you're bleeding. But I could be that guy to heal it over time. And I won't stop until you believe it. 'Cause baby, you're worth it. So don't act like it's a bad thing to fall in love with me. 'Cause you might look around and find your dreams come true with me. Spend all your time and your money just to find out that my love was free. So don't act like it's a bad thing to fall in love with me. It's not a bad thing to fall in love with me. Now how about I be the last voice you hear tonight? And every other night for the rest of the nights that there are. And every morning I just wanna see you staring back at me. 'Cause I know that's a good place to start. I know people make promises all the time, then they turn right around and break them. And someone cut your heart open with a knife, now you're bleeding. Don't you know I could be that guy to heal it over time? And I won't stop until you believe it. 'Cause baby, you're worth it. Not such a bad thing to fall in love. No, I won't fill your mind with broken promises and wasted time. And if you fall, you'll always land right in these arms of mine. Don't act like it's a bad thing to fall in love with me, 'cause you might look around and find your dreams come true with me. Spend all your time and your money just to find out that my love was free. So don't act like it's a bad thing to fall in love with me. It's not a bad thing to fall in love with me. Not such a bad thing to fall in love with me.
Justin Timberlake at Channel 95.7. It is 7:40 with Connie and Curtis. 60 degrees. Now the high today, 68.
It was a gorgeous red sunrise this morning, and then it was beautiful and yellow and orange and so nice, and now it is a gray.
It's because rain
dull
is
day.
coming.
Rain. I will say that there's less wind now. Those flags high atop that Blue Cross Blue Shield building, they're not blowing at all. We were just talking about Amanda and her problem with the note, the threatening note on her door, and
This
then
morning.
The car had been vandalized, and we were talking about maybe you should call the police.
Right.
And I didn't think you should. I mean, I think that calling the police should be reserved for actual emergencies like this. A guy
This is going to be not any sort of emergency at all.
West Palm Beach, okay?
I can tell by the smirk on his face.
49-year-old guy calls 911
Yep.
to alert them to the fact that his wife had thrown away his beer. Now, he was drunk at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
The officers told him that it's not an emergency and you shouldn't call 911 unless it's an emergency. That's what they said.
Right.
And I'm so pleased that the 911 operators are so nice to people. They always give them a second chance.
They do.
You know, they always say, you shouldn't do this. Well, this guy called again. In fact, he called 7 times over 4 hours because his wife tossed the beer. Here's what
Do we know why she tossed the beer?
Well, probably because he was so drunk. But he changed his tune, changed his story a little bit, say that a female outside had broken into 2 of his beers. so now someone's outside drinking his beer that his wife threw away.
What is wrong
And
with
he calls
people?
911. Now, that is stealing, right? Somebody
Yes.
is drinking your beer, you call 911. They say that's not going to what is going to happen. 911 did come, but not.
Did they arrest him?
They arrested him.
Good.
Yeah, he got arrested. He went to
Idiot.
jail. Got out later that day. False alarm or complaint and reporting false information is what he got written up for.
Police officers have to just laugh sometimes. Like,
right.
Sometimes that it's ridiculous.
I have a buddy who we were out one day, and the cops came. Something had happened. We're near us. Like, we had nothing to do with it. But a couple of us had gone to bed, and a couple of us were still out drinking and having a good time.
Okay.
So the cops are kind of asking us what the deal is. And one of my buddies walks out. He had gone to bed drunk. Okay. He's like, I got to go to bed. We wake him up. The commotion wakes him up. He walks out in nothing but boxers and is talking to the cops the whole and they didn't care. Like, they didn't say get out. But it's just funny. Like, from the street, you would have thought that my friend was probably the one getting arrested.
Right.
Because he's there in his boxers. We're all hanging around talking to him. And there he is. He's got his boxers on. He's no shirt on. And the cops are talking to him. You probably think this guy is the reason the cops are there. But it wasn't. He had just walked out of bed. But the cops didn't say anything.
And did they not smirk
No,
or laugh?
they didn't say put
That's
your pants
awesome.
on or go inside, sir. And he was drunk, but they just talked right to him. Cops are the best.
I wish we could do a whole segment where cops would call in and tell us stories, but Grand Rapids isn't big enough. They'd get in
To
trouble.
have-
They'd be afraid they'd get in trouble.
Right, because
you know what I mean?
somebody would sue. I heard
Because
you
they're-
talking about my story on the radio.
Yeah, and they've got to see some funny stuff.
I'm sure they do. You got to sign off though on that. I was a little nervous about Amanda's Bible video that she made yesterday because she went around to 5 churches to get Bibles, and she videotaped the whole thing. And I was thinking, well, I hope that we don't get in trouble for that because it's up now, mychannel957.com.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet.
4 of the 5 presented Amanda with a Bible.
They did.
And she kept them.
I know. She didn't give them back to them.
We're going to take them back today.
Yeah.
Drop them off. We got this. One was in, what's it called, where they inscribed? Is that what it is? From 1977. It was a gift of a couple's daughter. I give this to the church because my parents died, and the date was March something of 1977.
Yeah, that needs to go back.
It's no kidding.
I know.
Now it's sitting in Amanda's car. Maybe that's why they were vandalizing it.
Probably not.
You don't know. Talking 911 calls. This guy called because of the beer that his wife threw away. He ended up getting arrested.
Hi, Holly.
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
I was just calling. I agree that you shouldn't call 911 if it's not an emergency. There's actually a non-emergency number to call, though.
Right. Absolutely. And
so I would definitely call that if I were her.
Yeah.
If you were Amanda. Or what if you somebody threw away your beer? Would you then call the non-emergency number 2 and you saw them out drinking your beer in the yard?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Stupid. This guy is stupid.
But in his brain, he
was drunk.
He thought they're stealing my beers.
Thanks, Holly.
Right? They're taking my beers away.
Yeah.
But the cops were not on
Idiot.
his side. The cops definitely arrested him.
Okay, if you are downtown anywhere right now, Amanda's heading to Tim Hortons on Fulton.
Yeah, it's camp day. So when you buy your coffee, a portion of the proceeds go to send a kid to camp. And even kids around here. It's a local charity going on today. She's at the one on Fulton. It happens at any Tim Hortons today. I was just offered another job. Now, this will be in addition to this job that I have here. And I'm thinking about maybe taking it.
What is it?
Well, I was just walking through the halls. I was getting some coffee. And I was coming back. And one of our coworkers was entering a key code to get into a door and then going inside the room.
Okay.
So as I was walking by, I said, hey, I'm pushing buttons on a door and I'm going to go inside. And then I just kept on walking. So he finished his job and he just came in and said, would you mind following me around every day and just providing song lyrics to what I'm doing?
That would be fun.
I thought that maybe I would like doing that. That could be something fun for me, right?
That would be fun. You should do it.
Where I'm always looking to get out of the house and to do fun things. This would be great. I don't know what kind of life he leads, So if it's pretty boring, I've been sitting on the couch for 3 hours, that's going to be a little...
He's youngish and single. Youngish.
Okay.
Youngish and single. So I bet he has a pretty fun... that might take you back to that time in your life you're not allowed to talk about it.
I'm doing some Jaeger bombs. Yeah, I'm crazy.
I have a feeling that could take you back to that point.
But if you could have your own personal singing announcer, wouldn't that be fun? I mean, all those busy, stress-filled days that you have, if somebody is there singing what's happening to you...
it would make you laugh.
It would make you laugh.
For sure.
Eventually, you would probably get so used to it that you wouldn't notice. But your friends all the time would be like, what?
But having somebody around you all the time that you're not in love with or great friends with, that'd be annoying.
Well, wouldn't we become great friends?
I don't know.
I think, anytime that you're put in such close proximity with me, I feel like you become my best friend, right? I'm very, very friendly.
Delusional.
I got you remember I was telling you that a friend of mine was making fun of me for reading Cosmo?
Yes.
I read Cosmo for articles like this, okay? This is 9 signs he's flirting with you and not just being nice. Okay? Because we'll always wonder, and this applies to girls too, we always wonder, is this person flirting with me or not being nice? And I have zero flirt-dar, at all.
Flirt-dar? Did you just make that up?
I did.
I like that word.
Katie will tell me, oh yeah, that girl was totally flirting with you. And I'll be like, no, I don't think so. I'm oblivious to it. I could care less because I'm not looking. So then I assume that I'm not
you guys
receiving.
say that. I don't know if that's real.
Honestly, I have no clue at all.
Okay.
And Katie picks up on it all the time, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever. I'm coming home with you, so you win. Here you go. 9 signs from Cosmopolitan Magazine. 9 signs he's flirting with
Curtis.
you and not just being nice.
Okay. All right. 1.
Number 1, he's touching your back. So he's touching you. Now, I rarely touch people because I don't want to give off that vibe hey, I'm looking for a little something more. But that's what it says. He's pulling you closer to him. He's touching you. Number 1.
Okay.
So if a guy's touching you and like he doesn't need to be. Like, let's say he's leaning over you at the computer.
What if he's just being a gentleman and he's allowing you to go through the door and he's like, "Go ahead."
No, that's fine.
That's a flirt.
No,
that's not a flirt.
Well,
I don't think that's a flirt.
When is he touching you in that instance?
Like he's just saying, instead of saying you go first, he like you're having a conversation and he just touches your back to like push you through the door first.
Yeah, that's a little flirty right there because he's touching you. Number two, he's trying to get your phone number. Like he says, hey, let me text you. We should do this. Anytime that a guy is asking for your phone number, you probably should know that he wants something else. Now there are situations where that's not the case. We have a coworker, young woman in her 20s, and I asked her for her phone number so that I could start texting her because she lives by a friend of mine. And I said, oh, I'll text you. She never gave me her phone number. I asked her 2 times, and then I stopped asking.
Funny.
But 2 times I brought up the fact that give me your cell phone number, and when I'm over at my buddy's, I will text you.
Do you think that she thought you were flirting with her?
Probably. Now, that's the reason I didn't ask a 3rd time. I didn't want to push my luck and make it like weird between us.
She obviously, she doesn't want to give it to you for some reason because she hasn't.
The first time, I just said, "Hey, yeah, you live right by my friend. You should give me your phone number and I'll text you if I'm ever going over there and you can come over." And then she just kind of played it off like, ha ha ha, and then had not done it for a week. And then did it again, and I said, if you give me your phone number, I was over there last week. I didn't have your number to text you.
Yeah.
No, she didn't give it. So the first time I asked, the second time I pointed out that I didn't have her number.
Interesting.
3rd time, no. So that's 2.
Can you finish this after we got to talk to Amanda. She's out of Tim Hortons, and we got to get to a break.
It's a list of 9.
Yeah.
I've got the final 7 signs that he's flirting with you, not just wanting to be your friend.
These are interesting, I think.
Coming up. We're talking now about 9 signs that he's flirting with you and not just being nice. Number 1, he's touching you. Number 2, he's trying to get your phone number. Number 3, he gets too animated when he finds out that you're both into the same stuff. Like if you said, hey, I was watching Extreme Weight Loss last night. And I went, oh my gosh, I was watching last night and that guy and doing this and this, where I'm excited that we have a similar interest. That means that I'm flirting with you. I'm not just going, oh yeah, I watched that show. I got it.
No.
Yeah, if I'm overly excited, that means that I'm trying to create a connection between the two of us.
This doesn't take into consideration people who are actually friends.
No, right.
Who are coworkers.
This is not somebody who's your friend. This is a guy.
Somebody that you just don't. Okay.
And even if he is your friend, most people start out as friends. Like you don't go on a blind date.
Yeah, but not everybody ends up dating if they're friends with somebody.
Right. But
who's the opposite
if this
sex.
guy's trying to create that connection with you and touching you and trying to get your phone number, signs number 3. Number 4, he's whispering. Guys who don't want to speak at full volume, because he wants to seem like he's putting you at ease.
Okay.
Like I'm not loud and boisterous. I'm here. I'm soft. I'm quiet. Number 4, he's whispering.
Okay.
Number
These
5,
are signs that he is flirting with you.
Number 5, he won't leave your side. You guys are always together. You go somewhere, he's there. You say, hey, I'm going to be at this restaurant for lunch. He shows up there for lunch. Hey, this is fun. Like, you're here too? How crazy. You guys, people start talking about the two of you as a couple. That's some serious flirting. Number 6, this is a funny one.
Okay.
He starts joking about doing it. Like he'll say things about, like maybe he's trying to make you laugh with a little double entendre. Maybe he comes right out and saying things about like his sex life. He's letting you know. He's letting you in. And that's a sign that he's flirting and not just wanting to be your friend. Number 7, he seems to have like permagrin. He is so happy.
He loves being around you.
He is so happy all the time. And you see him other places, he doesn't have it. But when you're around or when he sees you, he lights up. That's a flirt.
Okay.
That's a flirter. Number 8, he winks at you. So you guys.
I winked at Curtis one day and he almost fell out of his chair.
Exactly, because why are you flirting with me?
I wasn't flirting
Here's
with
what
you.
it says. Winking is always flirting. The only time winking is not flirting is when someone is just really bad at blinking. That's Cosmo saying that. I've had guys wink at me, like we're all talking, and a guy will wink at me, like we're telling a joke. That's a little
Is that weird for
disconcerting
you?
too. A little bit, like, hey, you're winking at me. I don't know. And I can't wink, so then I feel a little sad about it.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Number 9.
Yeah, wink envy.
I got wink envy. So he touches you. He wants to get your phone number. He's too animated when he finds out that you share the same interest. He whispers. He won't leave your side. He makes jokes about doing it. He's always grinning. He's winking at you.
Mm-hmm.
And the number 9 sign that he's flirting with you and not just wanting to be your friend, he goes out of his way to do nice things for you. Like over-the-top nice things. Once in a while, an occasional nice thing, like you need something done and he does it, that's okay. That's what friends do. But if every time Prince Charming is there to come to your side and your rescue, that's a flirt right there. He's flirting. Cosmo does not lie about it.
Yeah, Cosmo's dead on.
They know all about it.
That is not true.
We'll get that list up at mychannel957.com. You can see the whole thing,
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's set. So is there anyone in your life, you've been married a year, is there anyone in your life who's doing any of those things where you didn't realize that they were flirting? They just do, you just thought, oh, this is somebody who just is nice.
No, they're people that I'm friends with, though.
Who do things like that?
Yeah.
Like touch you and trying to get your phone number and make the jokes about doing it and give you a back rub.
Yeah, I'm friends with them.
Go out of their way to do
when
nice
you
things.
work in this business, I work with a lot of men. There are a lot of sexual jokes that go around.
Right.
There are a lot of things like that. You get close to people. You kind of become good friends at work. So, yeah, none of they're not flirting with me.
Okay.
That's just the
Well, Cosmo says they are. So maybe
Cosmo
maybe back up and
needs to put the pipe down.
Take another look because maybe they are.
It's not going to be the
flirting with
case for every single scenario.
you. Seems that it is. Cosmo does not lie.
Cosmo's your Bible? Is that what you're saying?
Cosmo is my Bible.
That is pathetic.
That should be my next T-shirt that I make. Cosmo is my Bible.
Oh my gosh.
Your mom
Curtis.
loves my Bible.
My mom hates Cosmo.
Yeah.